everyone, welcome back to my channel. So catching up on Teen Mom OG, and you guys, the episode where Bentley goes to counseling and the producers are talking to Jen and Larry, and they're talking to Ryan, and they're asking them questions on why Ryan is not active in Bentley's life and why Jen and Larry, they're not active in Bentley's life anymore. I'm just blown away at the answers that we got. Blown away and a little pissed off. I'm not even gonna lie, you guys. I'm gonna break down what happened on the latest episode of Teen Mom OG. We all know that a few years ago, Macy got a restraining order against Ryan because, according to the restraining order, Ryan had contacted Taylor and said that he was going to come to Taylor's house and put a bullet in his head. Rightfully so, Macy took the steps that she needed to take to protect her family. She got a restraining order. Now, that restraining order is done and over with. She did not take out another one. She went the 2 years of them not speaking. She just communicated with Mackenzie at times and then Jen and Larry to work out visits and things such as that. Okay, on this episode of Teen Mom OG, a producer asked Ryan, what's keeping you from contacting Macy? There is no restraining order in place, so what gives? And he says, Macy lied to get the restraining order that she got. There will be nothing to keep her from lying to get another one. So I'm not risking it. I'm not risking my family, my happiness, whatever, for Macy to lie. Now, Macy doesn't look like the type to me that will lie. My personal opinion is Macy has always tried to make them have a relationship. Like, there was times where she was like very forceful with Ryan to have a relationship with Bentley. You know, she has stayed in contact with Ryan's parents where she could just be like, oh, F all of y'all. I'm not going to do anything for any of y'all. This is a burden to my family. I have my own husband now. I have my own, other kids that have nothing to do with y'all. But no, she stays in contact, just hoping that one day Ryan will come around, right? I don't take Macy the type that would lie to get a restraining order. It just doesn't make sense to me. He claims she did. Who are we going to believe? The one that said, he was not on drugs for all these years and got arrested for being on drugs. The one that fell asleep behind the wheel on the way. You know what I'm saying? Who are we going to believe? I'm going with Macy here. Just my opinion. Now, Jen and Larry. I've always felt like they were good people, but they were enablers for Ryan. Unaware. They were unaware that they were enabling him, right? Because they in their mind, like even me looking in, just thought like, oh, they're trying to be good parents. But no, they were enabling him, not knowing. Larry says that they've been going to counseling and they have learned that Macy is Ryan's trigger and that they were so wrong for all the years to try to push him. You need to go see Bentley. You need to get Bentley. You need to talk to Macy. That they were wrong in that because Macy is a trigger for Ryan. And Larry looks straight at the camera and says, I'm sorry, Ryan. I'm sorry I've done that to you. And then he says that he told Bentley, I love you. You're my first grandson. I'll do anything in the world for you. But if you think I'm giving up on my only son, you are sadly mistaken.
We were wrong, Ryan. We were wrong, Ryan.
I told Bentley, I said, look, I love you more than anything in this world. First grandson, do anything for you.
But if you think that I'm ever going to give up on my only son, then you're sadly mistaken.
First off, why would a grandparent need to have that conversation with their grandchild, their 11-year-old grandchild? I think he's 11, that has never done anything wrong. Bentley has never done anything wrong or to deserve someone to tell him, look, I love you, but this adult over here, I'm coddling him. This adult over here that I raised, that acts this way, that doesn't, he's not a dad to you. I'm sorry. I'm not going to try to force him to be a dad. I'm not going to expect him to be a dad for you because he's my only son. And you're sadly mistaken if you think I'm going to expect him to be your dad and to do right by you. Sorry. I was so mad when I watched that. It was so frustrating to hear Jen and Larry literally, because for a while, you could tell that like Jen and Larry was like mad. There was like a point where Larry wasn't speaking to Ryan and it was because of like the drug situation. So hearing them like go back on the little bit that they did, like kind of speak out on, is frustrating because now Ryan has the most enabling bunch around him that he's ever had before. Mackenzie's never going to say anything. Mackenzie can literally sit there and see Ryan high as a kite, in my opinion, because he looked high as a kite on the episode, and she's not going to say nothing. All that Ryan said about how he's not going to counseling, he thinks that Macy put that in Bentley's head, and he's not doing anything that Macy wants him to do. Mackenzie sitting there as a mother herself could have been like, listen, I'm your wife, and regardless if we think Macy is behind it or not, if Bentley asks us, why don't you just go? When you get there, you can talk to Bentley yourself and see if this is something that you feel like he wants, or if it's like something that he doesn't want, and then you'll know that Macy put him up to it. Why don't you just go? No, she just sits there like, She is enabling the heck out of him. Jenna Larry enabling him. He has no reason to do right. He has no reason to be sober. He's still on Teen Mom. He's still making money. His parents, they're never going to tell him anything again. And one of the things that they said is like, oh, Macy was a trigger for him, so we can't bring her up. Did any of these people ever think that maybe Ryan is a trigger for Macy that reminds her of like a dark time in her life where she was like a pregnant teen or a new mom at a young age who didn't know how to figure out life, and she had this butthole douchebag as a baby daddy that would not be there? And you know, I'm sure Ryan is not someone that Macy wants to constantly think about or try to help or talk to, but she does it because Macy is a mature adult who can put her feelings aside for her child, something that Ryan nor Ryan's parents can do, and it honestly ticks me off. Now, something else was the therapy. As much as I can remember, I do think Macy brought it up to him, but we don't see everything. Macy said that Bentley actually brought it up. That Bentley said that he would like to go to counseling with his dad. While in the car, she talks to him, you know, and says, do you think your dad's going to be there? And he says, I'm not going to get my hopes up. And she says, well, even if you're not going to get your hopes up, you're still going to be upset if he don't come, right? And he's like, right. He goes to counseling. When he gets back in the car, she asks if he wants to talk about it, and he says no. So he doesn't talk about it. Now, Ryan has already decided he's not going, right? They have a plan in place, though. Their plan is Bentley's going to go a few sessions, and then the therapist, counselor, I don't know, whatever he is going to reach out to Ryan and ask him to come. Now, a lot of people got mad because after Bentley got out of therapy and he told Macy he didn't want to talk about it, Macy went home and she called the doctor and had Taylor sitting there, and the doctor went over like how Bentley's feeling abandoned. He's feeling like he's not good enough for his father. And a lot of people were mad that Macy allowed that to air, even though Bentley had said in the car that he didn't want to talk about it. Macy did post on her IG that she got permission from Bentley to call so the doctor could talk about that. That was a very, very sad scene, hearing that Bentley feels abandoned by his dad. And then you see his dad just so nonchalantly being like, I'm not doing anything Macy wants me to do. When he does not realize, it's not that Macy wants you to do it for herself. Macy wants you to do it for her child, because it would mean something to her child. So yeah, if Bentley was like okay with that being aired, I honestly think it could help a lot of people. I honestly, when I was watching it, literally my thought was, if I could just show this to like my older kid's dad, maybe it would like knock some sense into him, because I don't think these men realize the effect they have on their children. I don't think these men, I'm so in depth with this video, you guys. This is not me just telling you guys what happened, but this is literally me going off about the way that I felt about this. But yeah, I really just felt like it needed to be said. Like we needed to hear how a deadbeat parent not being a part of a kid's life for whatever reason, how it really affects a child. Granted, Bentley didn't want to talk about it on camera, but I think that's just because as a child, he's a little bit embarrassed, shy to talk about feelings. But Macy did say that he did okay it. So I thought it was helpful. I thought that if there's any men that are not in their children's lives that just so happen to catch that episode, maybe it could, you know, put a little bit of fire under their butt to start doing better. I hope we do see Ryan end up going to therapy. It would be at least a little bit, you know, a little step in the right direction to prove that he cares more about Bentley than, you know, fighting with Macy. You guys leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. How did you guys feel about the episode? And if you have not watched it, just for my little bit of a breakdown from it, what do you guys think? Ryan is like not budging. As where we're at right now, he is not budging. He's like, I'm not going to therapy. I don't think Bentley requested it. I think Macy requested it because Macy just wants to waste her time away from her husband and her other kids, driving to therapy, on the phone with the doctor. Yeah, that really seems like that's something she just was loving to do, you know. So yeah, he's so against it. Jen and Larry, they're like, we're not pushing the subject. We're not catering to Macy anymore. We're not going to talk about Macy in front of Ryan because she is a trigger, and we are so sorry we've been triggering you, you almost 40-year-old adult. We are so sorry. Like, come on. Do they, like, I'm just blown away, you guys. You guys, leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you like it or you agree. And leave your thoughts. I really want to hear what you guys got to say. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone.